Well, looky here, a full-blown RIOT podcast.
Thank you to everybody for bearing with us during our fall fundraiser for Short Podcast. And thank you for allowing us the day off yesterday, but we're back for the rest of this week with some nice long podcasts for you.
Yes, indeed. Today in the podcast, we talk about the presidential debates happening tonight. Keeping your mail safe. It's important.
It is. Your mailbox needs a device. Everything else in your house has a device. Why not your mailbox?
We also talk Vin Diesel's new music. National Coffee Day, which it still is today. Kraft pumpkin spice mac and cheese. It's hard to get all that out. Craigslist and Arby's. Zebra cakes.
And puppies. And puppies as well.
And puppies. LA Comic-Con. All Christmas. Farmville. Cold and flu season.
Yeah, there it is.
That ought to keep you busy for a little while anyway.
Hopefully you enjoy the podcast now that it's back to a longer length. And a yawn.
I'm sleepy.
Listen, that just makes this longer. That's what they want.
We just stretched it out.
Yeah, we're stretching it out even longer.
It's good.
I can yawn too.
Good job, Nikki. Keep it up.
See, it's like, wow, what an intro.
You guys are killing it. That's just the tip of the iceberg and some of the fun waiting for you.
You're ready to jump in. Woo! Here it comes.
Enjoy the podcast, and thank you, everybody, for supporting.
Thank you, guys.
If you haven't yet, we would still love to hear from you. It's what keeps this podcast here. It's the reason why you don't hear any commercials for MailChimp or whatever the heck else. The Purple Sleep. Whatever.
The podcast stuff.
All those podcast things. Yeah. We don't do those. So if you could help us, go to RadioU.com, click on donate.
Ended about 9% left of our RadioU Fall fundraiser goal. So if you can help out, RadioU.com. Enjoy the podcast today.
Sounds good.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
I always feel like Nikki's description is very accurate, that coming back from the fundraiser, you just feel very jet lagged. The other thing, I always feel like I've gone to another planet or another world, and I return to this one and slowly go, oh, yeah.
You just get back to being on your normal schedule.
And so tonight we have the first presidential debates. Nikki, there is?
Okay, we missed out on that.
There's an election.
Like a real one? No, not like a real election, but like a real presidential debate.
It's tonight.
Together or virtual, or is it a Zoom one? Or
they're supposed to be in the same room.
Same room? Wow, that should be fascinating.
I would be interested to see, and I'm sure this probably won't happen, but what if they talked about actual issues in our country and then the plans that they felt would be best in moving those issues ahead? That's
why we tend to not watch them during it. We don't like live TV. Even when it comes to this, we watch it the following morning with a play-by-play.
Well, you know what? I was thinking.
But maybe we should.
When I was seeing the stuff yesterday that the first debate is tonight, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what either candidate stands for on anything. I know that Republicans think that Joe Biden is has dementia and sniffs people. And I know that Democrats think that, Trump, pick. There's just so much tax evasion, payoff money for his various infidelity. On and on and on. It's those are the things that I know.
Sure.
I don't know anything about, let's say, where they stand on economic policy. I don't know.
They don't want you to focus on that until closer till or after. They just want you to figure out all the other stuff.
It's literally, I'm just supposed to decide who I like. It's a popularity contest. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, The Rock likes Joe Biden. I'll vote for Joe Biden. It doesn't have anything to do with, do I think Joe Biden would make a good president? It's just what's The Rock think? He was great in Jumanji 1 and 2.
Well, 2, not as much.
I thought I liked 2.
He's all right. He's got other stuff we can pick.
It was a retread.
There's other things we can pick.
You're right, Nikki. You're right. So Fast and Furious 4.
Sure, that's good.
I think it was 5,
5,
6, 7, 8, Hobbs and Shaw, things like that.
No, not that either.
No,
nope, take that one out.
So it hasn't been a good couple
highs
years.
And lows, it's fine.
We all have them.
So tonight is the presidential debate, the first one?
It is. It's tonight. So I don't know if I can stand to watch it live. I just feel when I think about it, I just start getting nervous.
A little anxious? Just anxious?
I'm just like,
Why don't you just wait? You just wait until later, and then you can just, scrub through it and just see what you need.
I was talking to some friends about it. I was like, man, when I think about it, I just get nervous. What if I just waited until Wednesday morning and I watched the highlights?
Yeah, that's what we always do.
But then again, if I watch the highlights, I'm not going to learn that economic policy I'm so interested in.
They probably wouldn't cover it during this one anyways.
Probably not.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So it was 8 days ago that my birthday happened.
Yeah.
It seems like it was probably a year ago.
Yeah, it does seem a while ago.
Maybe just a little bit longer than that.
I saw your Facebook message.
Yeah, I can't. I'm surprised that just...
Where's all the balloons and stuff you put on Facebook that I should, am I supposed to recreate your birthday today?
Yeah.
In this morning?
Yeah, I
you
just
had a great birthday last week, don't you think?
I just assumed that because I had to, do the fundraiser and stuff during my birthday last week, that today
we'd relive it.
You would be ready to really celebrate me and my contributions and who I am as a person and all that stuff.
I was not prepared to do it again.
And so instead, I come in, Nikki's made breakfast for herself, and that's it.
Did you see the pecan pie in there?
I did.
It looks pretty tempting.
Yeah, but there's part of me that's like, this has a price tag of $1 on it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's the underdog.
Okay.
The under pie that you don't realize could be amazing.
If you want to cut it down the middle,
be a birthday cake.
I'll split it with you. It's birthday pie.
It's a birthday pie.
It's a Wayne Gross situation. So now we find ourselves in a position where I do have one last thing coming to me.
You do.
And that is my RadioU birthday lunch.
That's coming tomorrow.
And I still haven't decided where to go. And I'll tell you why. Because I feel like anywhere that... I hate the idea of telling everybody where we're going.
Why? You always pick fine.
Well, I kind of want to go to O'Charlie's.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you that okay. Listen, nobody get mad at this little jolt of honesty. But I feel like O'Charlie's in reality isn't really very good food.
I think it's all just heated up. But
it is.
But if you want that, that's fine.
That's the part that makes me feel bad is I like it. And I know it's like...
It's not made on site. You know that.
Not. They're just they're microwaving. I mean, I know this because I think I lived under the illusion that it was good. And then for my birthday a couple years ago, we went to O'Charlie's and the manager came out and I was telling him that, the soup was just...
Something was wrong with it.
I mean, it was like Velveeta.
Oh, yeah,
it was just like a block.
It's the potato cheese soup.
And he's like, oh, yeah, we didn't add enough water to it. And it was just one of those moments where you're like...
It comes in things can condense down, and so you add water to it and you heat it up. It's not like they're actually making it there.
Right. You know what? We're going somewhere else.
You don't want to go there?
No.
All right, well, what do you want to go?
The more we've talked about it, I think I'll just choose the burger place that everyone else chooses.
That was good.
It's
going to be amazing.
It's delicious.
We can eat outside.
The food is fantastic. Let's go there.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's just go there. That way, everybody's happy.
It's close by. It's not far.
It's close. It's delicious. They are making the food there.
At least we think. If not, their reheating skills are amazing.
Next level, really.
Well, yeah, I'll give you till the end of the song, and you let me know. You have one song to tell me if you change your mind. If not, we'll go with...
Because you want to send the email.
Yeah, I'll send the email to everybody.
No, let's just go. It's on. We're doing
committing?
It. Yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
So while we were fundraising last week, something really weird happened. Did you see that Vin Diesel released a song?
I saw it over the weekend, but I didn't listen. I didn't click. I didn't want to. So.
I did.
You did? You?
Oh, yeah.
I envisioned a Euro pop.
You did.
Is that what it is?
No, it's more...
EDM?
It's EDM.
Still heavily Euro?
Yeah, I would play it for you, except
no, we don't need to.
We've made some choices here.
Yeah.
We've made choices. And so we're not going to do that.
Coming off the fundraiser, I feel like it would be wrong.
It would be wrong, yeah. at first, okay, to be clear, I just assumed it was a Rickroll because the thing came up and said, hey, here's Vin Diesel's debut single. And I was like, oh, it's a prank. It's not real, but I have to know.
But it is.
So I clicked it, and, it wasn't Rick Astley. He didn't let me down, pick me up, run around and hurt you. Like, it wasn't that. Okay, it was Vin Diesel.
Does he have a music video for it?
No.
Is he singing or
kind of
spoken word?
Do you know he's not rapping and he's not singing?
Oh, it's the talking
and
one.
It's not spoken word. It's all of that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they're doing it all together.
Yeah.
What?
They try to distract you. So you're just.
They try to distract. I would love to know, and maybe there's an interview out there. I haven't done much digging, but do you think this was just he was locked up during COVID and he's like, we gotta do something I've always wanted.
Maybe that's been his dream, and who are we to crush it? I mean, maybe Vin Diesel always wanted to do music. Has he done anything? I feel like for what was the movie Triple X or something like? Has he ever done any songs before?
I don't think so.
That was his first one.
I mean, it says debut single.
Well, he could have been on with someone else.
Okay, so he was the B talent on a song
he was
or
just
something?
like, hey, he's the backup guy.
I'm back.
All right, well, I'm sure it's there, but I don't really want to. So you can't take clicks back. So, and a click is sometimes a sign of approval. So I don't know if I want to watch that.
The song is called, let me Feel Like I Do. So
Vin Diesel.
Oh, boy. You should see the picture of himself.
I can see it through the glass behind you. Is that a tank top he's wearing?
Well, that's
his signature Fast and Furious look.
So apparently he debuted the song on the Kelly Clarkson show where he told everybody that he needed another creative outlet. And he's always loved music.
Yeah, it feels like COVID. It does. Well, I mean, quarantine stuff. You were right.
He's just like, I'm finally going to do it.
Good for him, though. If that was his dream, who are we to say?
We're not. We're nobodies, Nikki.
We don't have a debut single, so we're not even there yet.
You're wrong. It was a few years ago.
You have a song.
It was a few years.
Charted.
It's not ready because I haven't booted it up yet. But I want you to know
you have quite a few.
A few years ago, I did in fact work with some local livestock. And I put together an album that Nikki's right.
He did a llama dub stuff. You did what was the Dyson Mike Tyson thing?
Yes,
I had a few hit songs. Party Bear, do you remember that? I mean, that
Party
wasn't
Bear
you.
Wasn't mine though.
You
that
guessed
was just
on it.
I was just doing the R&R or whatever for it. But yeah,
he made this whole thing.
Right.
Yep.
So I mean, truth be told. Doesn't sound that different than Vin Diesel.
Doesn't it?
It's not that far off.
Still proud of you for doing that. I mean, that was your first song. You're right.
It's still there in case we need it.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So last week, Amazon unveiled apparently a couple of toys, couple of a new Echo speaker and a few other things. And in the middle of all of this was buried this one new device that they have that I feel like is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of in my life.
I remember now which one this is.
So Amazon unveiled the Ring sensor for your mailbox.
Yeah, because that's what you need. You can have that.
Because I'm so concerned about somebody taking my mail.
Honestly.
What will I do without the coupons that I throw away? Who's stealing the coupons I don't use?
You just want to make sure. I mean, we really care about our porch. We do get stuff stolen off the porches, but not the mailbox.
The mailbox.
But people do go around. They do steal stuff out of people's mailboxes. We just don't get anything to our mailbox to actually notice.
Man, knock yourself out. Ooh, you should see what Spectrum sent me in the mail.
It's limited time.
Did you know it's a limited deal? I get mail for it every day. Actually, that's what I would see. So this thing, it's got a sensor that every time your mailbox gets opened, it sends you an alert.
Yeah.
What?
But some people have actual mail sent to their stuff, like they get bills and stuff sent.
And then it takes a picture.
Yeah.
Of who opened your mailbox. Now, okay, I can see a circumstance where,
if
let's
you
say,
get your packages put in your mailbox.
I was going to say, let's think in terms of like you live out in Nowheresville, your mailbox is like 100 miles from your house. And if you got a little notification that your mail was there,
That actually is helpful.
okay, I'm gonna get in the golf cart. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna drive out and get the mail. My uncle lives on a big piece of property like that.
So that's how they have to do
Yeah,
it.
so he drives out to get the mail. So okay, all right, fine. But the idea that I want to know when my mailbox is opening and closing, and I want to see who's doing it.
Well, Amazon was saying that it's not actually for stealing of packages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is for stealing of your identity. So if they get enough stuff out of a good trip to the mailbox, can they get enough to steal your identity?
Probably, maybe, I don't know. Certainly try to steal my cable. Like, that's a thing. Because I'll tell you what, man, my cable company and what is it, the value pack or whatever?
Oh, yes, the coupons.
That's all I get in the mail. That's everything. The cable company every other day is like, listen, if you would just bundle, please.
Please, will you?
Please
We have
bundle,
We have a
please.
wonderful deal for you, please.
Do you bundle now?
So they're saying that the camera is activated when your
Mailbox opens?
I don't even know. Like
The
it's
door?
so little.
The gate?
Do we use it? Yeah, when the front of the mailbox opens, it takes a picture and then it can send you an alert if that's what you want.
Man, think about all the people that are coming by your mailbox just looking in. You're going to see all these neighbors. You're like, oh, they've been looking at my mailbox the whole time. You know that girl down the street you think is so cute? She's probably always checking your mail.
Yeah,
You're
she's
gonna be
always looking, taking.
You're going to be so excited to see her picture show up because she's really into you. So she's been reading your mail to see exactly what it is that you're into, and she's getting ready to come by and ask about your
So it looks
graphics
like
card.
the mailbox sensor goes with your Ring app if you have that. It's about $30, and then it attaches to the door or the flap of a mailbox, and so that's triggered until the first time someone just reaches in and steals it. It does rely on Amazon's Sidewalk technology, which extends the range of your Wi-Fi technology of your network.
Here's what I want.
What?
Okay. I want something that actually, when you open it, it grabs the hand of the person that reaches into the mailbox, and then I get an alert on my phone.
And then you have to
I
come
get to
out?
see their picture, and I can choose whether or not to release them using the app on my phone.
How to survive the riot. Do the complete opposite of everything they say. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Did you know that it's National Coffee Day?
Today is? Mm-hmm. Hey, I feel like Coffee Day, though, is one of those where there's like 20 variations of it through the entire year.
Yeah.
So, like,
well,
just take your pick.
it may be. I have a list here, though, of like a couple of places you could get some coffee. You interested?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, 7-Eleven. If you're willing to download their app and become a rewards member,
That's fine.
you can get coffee for $1.
Oh, it's not free?
Caribou, no.
Is it like...
Oh, listen, Nikki, they can't let coffee go at that
no,
price.
not with the current pricing of it.
I mean, with COVID happening, a lot of people, and we got
And the coffee and stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's see, Caribou Coffee, they'll give you 50% off on a bag of coffee.
Oh.
Dunkin' says that you can have a free medium, hot, or iced coffee with purchase.
Oh.
But you know what, though? Like, you're going to get a donut.
I know, but I feel like people are being so cheap sometimes.
Okay, Krispy Kreme. How about this? Free coffee and a donut for its rewards members.
Okay, that's fine.
If you're not a rewards member, you can have a free cup of coffee, but no donut.
No donut with it?
Mm-hmm. Starbucks, if you're a rewards member, you get a grande or larger beverage. You'll get a free drink the next time you come through.
Why not on the day?
And how about this? Wawa, Nikki.
Ah, yeah.
If you're a rewards member,
Wawa
you get
doesn't care.
free any size coffee.
See, Wawa, do you see how easy that is?
So, well, you
They
still,
just
have to
do
be
it.
You still have to be a rewards member.
Yeah, that's fine nowadays. That's
this,
easy.
In this mix, the only company that is just straight up handing you free coffee is Krispy Kreme.
They always do.
Not always.
They're pretty good about that.
They're the ones. They're the ones that actually get it. They're like, you know what? We're not going to make you give us your email address. We're not going to make you share your contacts list with us on your app. You can just have a free cup of coffee.
Just have that. But if you are a rewards member, then you get the free donut with it.
That's right, you do. Nikki, it's not donut day.
It's coffee day.
It's coffee day.
Did we make our normal coffee here today? Or?
Yeah. I just went in to get some. I'm so tired, I want to lay down, so I thought it was probably time to, dig into the coffee a little more.
Didn't they used to have, like, beds with water, like water beds?
Yeah, a coffee bed.
And then there's, like, little holes, like, with straws, reusable, where you can just drink from your bed. Mm-hmm. And then you have to refill, of course, every couple of days. But
it's a great idea.
Oh, that sounds nice. And it'd be warm, too.
That's right, it would. You just keep it percolating.
All in the bed.
Oh, gosh, I'm already getting sleepy again.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, what's your stance on Kraft pumpkin spice mac and cheese?
I actually think it'd be pretty good. I recall when I was a vegan, I made it's like a butternut squash sort of mac and cheese. You use it instead of the cheese sauce.
So you use the butternut squash instead of cheese?
Pretty much. I mean, you add a little bit with it, but it just makes it creamy.
Look,
it's not the taste, but it's the creaminess of it.
I don't want to be too anti-vegan here, so don't hate me, but listen, I've spent time in the vegan world, and you guys are always like, your answer to everything is squash.
Is squash or like a cashew?
Yeah. It's like, oh, I got a squash thing. And it's like, well, this doesn't really taste like it. Yes, it does!
No, I remember...
Yes, it does! It does! It tastes just like cheese!
I couldn't have been more real when I was going out and I would get butternut squash. I remember making cookies with it, all this stuff. So pumpkin is very similar with the texture to kind of give you the creaminess and a mac and cheese that you would want.
Pumpkin is squash.
I actually think this sounds pretty good. Like, I bet this is not bad. It's not like you think it's just the taste is going to be off, but I bet you don't even notice.
It's fine. It's just
it's not pumpkin pie mac and cheese.
You won't even
notice it. It's pumpkin mac and cheese.
So where can we find it? It's coming. It's in Canada. It's coming to the U.S. Where are we going to find this stuff?
Do they say?
I don't see. They say that they're running a contest right now.
Actually, this is pumpkin spice. Maybe it is not as good.
Kraft product. Everyone knows this version has hints of cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and ginger.
All in mac and cheese form.
Oh, so who knows? This is the brand manager at Kraft. Maybe it could become a new North American fall favorite.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe. I think it sounds awful.
I bet not as bad as, but it's a contest. It's running until, it actually runs till today. So the contest is going on for you to try to get it. There's a waiting list that you sign up for.
Okay, but then after that, you're going to be able to buy it, right?
Yes, but I think the waiting list is even for Canada, so it's not... It's something that you have to win a chance to buy.
Okay.
Or win a chance to win. I'm not sure, but it's not like you can just go to the store and find it.
Okay, so not yet.
You're correct.
Okay. Well, if they make it available, we're on it.
I think it'd be good. You can make your own version of it. You take a Kraft mac and cheese.
You find your locally
a can of pumpkin. Your
locally sourced squash.
Yeah, some seasoning, some spices, and you're fine.
No, I don't want it bad enough. I don't. You know what? It's a running theme in my life. And again, I apologize to all of you who care, but I keep coming up against things where I look at them and go, I don't want it bad enough to put in any effort whatsoever to
try to win the sweepstakes. You're not putting in effort.
Could you come to my house, fix it,
make it for me,
chew it up, and then spit it in my mouth
like a baby bird?
Yes. And even then, I'm like, what? I have to open my mouth now?
Well, we still have to try this week if we hopefully get to it because we've been busy the last 2 weeks with our fundraiser. But we have the Cheetos mac and cheese.
You just can't. It moves too fast. Can't keep up. Like, we finally get the Cheetos mac and cheese.
Instead of buying the boxes, I bought the individual ones. So these we can just make in the microwave. And we have the 2 flavors.
Are you going to chew it up and spit it in my mouth for me?
No. I think there's rules against that. It's COVID.
You know what? I'll bet that's not in the handbook.
Well, and then you're like, now we have to add it in. Look at that.
Only after it happens on camera. So.
Then someone makes a complaint. No, I think you can manage, and it should be soft enough.
Okay. All right, it's fine, whatever.
So we'll try that this week. We have a few other of food fight items to catch up on.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then They're worse. They're always worse. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Oh, I'm not ready.
A big stretch. Just go with it. Why doesn't everybody else? They probably want to hear you stretch. Not in a weird way, but just a comforting way. It's like a blanket through the radio.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And we had time off, and I'm tired. Like, what the heck?
Hey, we're going to have a great week.
Yeah.
We were not in yesterday because we had a long fall fundraiser, but we were very excited. The fundraiser's over. We don't clap anymore.
We don't clap? Okay.
But thanks again to everybody who seriously did help support last week. And if you missed out, we've got about 9% left. You can go to RadioU.com to still support and help that way.
So.
You want more coffee? Can we get you something? Remember we talked about the pecan pie in there?
I've got coffee. Nikki.
Did you look in the fridge? Is there something else? Do we have more zebra cakes still? I bet there's still stuff in the cabinet.
The zebra cakes are gone.
Do we have others?
I feel like once I told everybody how much I liked zebra cakes, all of a sudden zebra cakes became like the hot item in the break room.
I assumed they were going somewhere because you were like stashing them to hide them.
I stashed one.
One, and that was it?
And do you know how many zebra cakes I had? One.
What? No.
If I had not stashed
the other one,
zebra cake, there would have been no zebra cake. And do you know what's...
I feel like this is a kid's math problem. How many zebra cakes, children, do we have when...
You know what? You can make all the fun you want. I needed that.
But don't we have any other Little Debbie stuff?
There's Star Crunches.
Yeah.
There's Fudge Rounds.
Okay.
There's those weird banana things that nobody wants.
Those are not as good as we thought.
I'll tell you what. Those banana things, they'll be the last to go. There's going to be...
It'll be the final thing there.
Yeah. After the fundraiser, there's always like a little bit of food left.
Yeah.
And so it's always interesting to watch like what lasts. And then you get like a week, maybe even 2 weeks out from the fundraiser, and the stuff that you would have never eaten.
You're desperate
it's trash. You're like, I hate this. I would never eat it. You'll be in the break room making sure no one's around eating
You're
it.
just eating it.
It's
Well,
like, I don't know. This banana stuff's pretty good. It's sugar. That's all that matters.
I thought maybe just go check if it feels like you need a little upper or something, or maybe there's something in the very back.
I need to start drinking my coffee a little more, like a little faster.
Sure. We'll find something if not.
Like legit, I'm sleepy. Aren't you sleepy?
Yeah, I am.
You know what? Let me tell you guys something about Nikki. She never seems tired. Not even to me. She's just in here.
But you know I am.
It's not that she's not, but I just want to know what her secret is.
I just bury it and stuff it down.
You know,
until one day I break.
How is she a professional woman and still looks that good? How does she do everything? I want to have everything like Nikki does.
Let me get in there and let me see what I can get you, okay?
She makes it seem so effortless.
I'm just dying. It's
what's
fine.
Her secret?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, it's time to go down south.
That night, a big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas. El Paso, Nikki.
Yeah.
I spent a month there one night.
Did you?
Yeah, there's a little something happening. Nikki, are you familiar with Craigslist?
I am.
Where people are able to post goods and services, and then you can negotiate prices and or offer to trade your canoe.
I don't like it, but then I also don't like Facebook Marketplace as much anymore. So I think anytime you start selling items and goods and services, it's not as nice.
It starts out well.
Starts out nice. Everybody has good intentions with it. I'm sure Craigslist back when it started was I'm sure it was fine too, but it's a mess.
Well, El Paso, Texas, at the Arby's on Montana Avenue.
Meet Montana
Avenue. There's a little Craigslist meetup, 8 p.m. in the parking lot.
Because people like Arby's, or were they selling something?
We got a French bulldog puppy for sale.
Aww.
Oh, doesn't that sound nice? Does he have papers? Is he a show dog?
Probably not.
No, not on Craigslist. But the meetup happens.
Yeah.
And the man comes up to examine the dog, and then he pulls a knife.
So he's stealing the dog?
He steals the dog. He also tries to steal their truck. That apparently, that's what I love, is that the person that's breeding the dogs or owns the dog or whatever is like, okay, don't hurt me. Take the dog. And then once they get the dog, he's like, give me your truck. And he's like, go ahead and hurt me. You'll take my truck over my dead body.
You're not taking it. Well, was the truck the main thing the whole time, though?
No, the meetup was for the puppy.
Was for the puppy, so they wouldn't have known about the truck.
Yeah. The truck was just an afterthought.
Yeah, they were like, well, while we're doing this, let's go ahead and take the truck.
Might as well go ahead. So
Are police looking out for them then?
Police are looking for a Hispanic male with a thin build, 25 to 30 years of age, with shaved eyebrows and a baseball cap.
Here's that TikTok thing. So like, so you think I'm skinny? It's like, thin build.
Yeah! It's like, yes! I actually have been trying to take better care of myself.
I know, and you noticed.
And one of the reasons I wanted this dog was to have somebody to go out on my morning runs with me.
It's the worst when they describe people and it's not in a very flattering way. And you're like, oh my gosh, you said skinny, a thin build.
He was a hefty male.
Aw, people try to steal dogs all the time, puppies, even from yards. Like there's a lot of money in that. And then they go and resell it.
What in the world?
They're expensive, and what do we want to buy? Puppies. And a lot of people bought pets during quarantine time.
You know what I do for my Craigslist meetups? I make you meet me inside.
At a restaurant or something, or a Starbucks?
There's a gas station that I'll be like, you can meet me here.
Yeah.
You meet me inside in their cafe.
That's safer. And I know there's sometimes safe spots you can still meet up with, but you're still in the parking lot.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I haven't had any trouble yet. I, of course, have had people show up with like, I couldn't get enough out of the ATM or whatever.
I hate that one.
I'm like, oh yeah, all I got's 20.
They don't bring change or something, or they give you like it's a little bit less, and so you're like, well, yeah, I'll wait while you go get more money.
Yeah, it's like, did we not agree on a price? Did we agree? Didn't we say the puppy would cost this much money?
And don't steal the truck.
The puppy was not he's like, what are we? Like, I listened, are we like trading a knife for the puppy? We did. That's not the agreed upon price.
Puppies bring in a lot of money though, so maybe they really wanted it and they were just stealing it, or they were going to go resell it.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, RadioU.
So, Nikki, what's the story on Prime Day? Did you see it?
Is it the 12th? Is it 2 days? Is it 1 day?
Well, it's one of those things where it crosses international date lines.
Oh.
And so I think they'll get they'll dates, but I don't know how that works exactly. I'm talking about Amazon Prime Day, October 13th and 14th, where you'll get Black Friday deals before it's Black Friday? It's late in the year for this, Nikki.
I don't know. It is late, and I've always been disappointed every other Prime Day. Always disappointed. It's not like you get some amazing deals, but if you have enough that you've been wanting to look at, like sometimes I just put things in my wish list.
Sure.
Or like my shopping list, and then it's worth going to see if something got discounted.
Yeah. I almost always, though, this year will maybe an exception. I almost always buy a movie.
During Prime Day?
The last couple of years I bought a movie. 2 years ago I bought The Matrix. Last year I bought The Dark Knight. Yes. So, we'll see. This year I bought nothing because we can't have anything nice.
Okay, that's
in
not
2020.
That's not exactly it.
But they're bringing it back for October, and this will be my version of Trick or Treat this year.
So I pulled up a list where they're saying, here's the 10 best-selling deals to look for Prime Day. And
okay,
you know what the number one thing always is?
It's a TV.
No, it's an Instapot. Always the number one thing during Prime Day. If you need an Instapot, is it?
I don't have an Instapot.
Well, then are you even having Prime Day?
I should get one, just because I cook rice. I just cook it on the stove.
And then they push their own stuff.
Minutes.
So they said they're probably going to be doing a 2-for-1 Echo Dot deal, robot vacuum, pressure cooker. That's the Instapots.
Well, I will say, Jerome, one of our listeners who we talked to earlier today, he reached out to me. His tablet recently broke. I will say, if you care at all about buying any kind of an Amazon branded product,
don't buy it now until then.
That is a great day to buy an Amazon branded product.
They're saying smart doorbells will be a popular thing. A countertop blender. Let's see. A lot of kitchen items. Kitchen and like vacuum cleaners.
Well,
Noise-canceling headphones.
That's because you're living at home now.
Yeah, everybody
And
wants something
everybody
for it.
is like, hey, I need some stuff to cook with, and I'm sick and tired of living with my family. I need these noise-canceling headphones.
So that's some of the main deals that they're pushing that they feel forecasted will be what has done well in the past and what probably will do well again.
Oh, it's weird. It's weird going into Prime Day. It's weird going into Black Friday. My birthday was last week. I almost always take whatever birthday money I get, I save it, and then I spend it on Black Friday. But since there were no movies that came out this year, that's what I spend that money on. I buy movies on Black Friday because they're on the cheap, and then I spend the next 2 months watching them.
Your point of wondering, like, well, what will Black Friday look like? That and Cyber Monday tends to be a better deal for us for buying electronics.
Right.
Prime Day has never been the best.
That's true.
Most amazing deal for electronics. It is more for home stuff, so we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck, everybody. Get your Instant Pot so you can have rice all the time.
You can just make it every day.
That's...
If you want.
I'm thinking about it.
You can use it for so much more, Obi.
Like what?
Well, you can make,
you know what?
hard-boiled eggs.
I'll Google 10 Instapot recipes, getting myself ready for mid-October.
Even though I did make rice in mine on Saturday.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Wow, this is a big surprise, what you just sent me here, Nikki. They are going to go ahead with LA Comic-Con. Every other comic convention in the universe
was canceled.
Has been canceled this year.
Or they went virtual, but, for the spectators, that's practically canceled.
When you get done with your school Zoom call, you can have a Zoom call with the cast of Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, those just, did not do as well as they thought they would, even virtually. But to have a physical one, people are shocked that LA would have this one in December because that's just a few months away.
And they say that they are. So they are going to have the indoor Comic-Con. They said that it will pull in about 50,000 people and that they have rented. Normally, the LA Convention Center, they rent about half of the convention center. And so they are going to rent the entire convention center, which is
so there's more space.
Enormous. And they're cutting their attendance in half. So normally they expect 100,000 people for half of the LA Convention Center. Now they're saying 50,000 people for the entire thing. So that means you're getting, it's not perfect, but let's say 75% more personal space.
Yeah, so you get spectators, and that includes if you run one of these stalls or activities, that will still count as well. It's not the worst if they're going to try. It seems like they've tried to come up with some ways to make it a safer environment. People are mad just straight out the gate when they say they're still going to do it, but that's before they hear that they are going to take some precautions. But California and LA is tougher on, and have been tougher on some things not opening.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know
By
either.
December, if they expect that to be less, and they can.
Hey, I continue to be looking at COVID-19, just what is going on? Shouldn't we, depending on where you're looking, there are places
Every
where
every place is different.
Yeah, where it really is spreading fast and all this stuff. And then I have been to places and gone places and seen things and been like, man, everybody in here is going to get it. Everybody's going to get it. And nope.
No one does.
Nope.
It's
Everybody's
very
fine,
weird.
Everything, whatever. I don't know.
So this also could be a case of it's similar to other conventions and sometimes disasters and stuff where they will not cancel something until very last minute.
Sure.
And then for insurance purposes, it can fall under a category of whatever they always put them as. So then that way they get some insurance money for it compared to if they canceled it right now, they would not get the same as if they canceled it in December.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what they do. And again, there's a lot of money riding on these things, and they hope that in December things would look better or they would be able to safely have this.
Well, they had that biker rally out in whatever.
Sturgis.
Right? Whatever that was.
Well, we'll see what this is inside. And then it's also involving travel. So if you got people coming in, that's hotel stuff, that's restaurants. So it's not even the safety in the convention, but it's the safety of you just being around even outside of that, just the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah. I'm just so used to staying home now. I don't have any hopes or dreams anymore.
Yeah, you weren't going anyways.
It's like, it's fine. I'll just be inside.
So LA Comic-Con, the Los Angeles Convention Center, is right now planning on having a physical convention.
All right. Well, good luck.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported RadioU.
But we've got about 9% left.
Almost there.
9% left. And I'll just tell you, if we get that 9% in the next hour, RadioU's going all Christmas.
Not yet. We don't go all Christmas until closer to Christmas, but I know some stations do.
What about The Wiz?
Are they the first ones?
I don't know if that's what they call themselves, but they should. WWIZ.
Probably. That is a station.
Youngstown, Ohio. We're The Wiz.
And they're going all
nobody
Christmas?
beats us. They are all Christmas. They went all Christmas last week, I think.
Usually,
late last week.
If it's like what we consider a AC, like an adult format, they can go Christmas early and people don't mind.
They just listen.
It's just listening. It's just music that just plays.
It's just crap they shovel into the background.
Yeah, like at a business.
You go
the
into
dentist.
You go into a business and you don't like the music, but somehow you don't hate it. That's how that works.
Pretty much.
I believe the phrase is easy listening. But they say that they'll be back to their oldies programming later, but they're all Christmas now.
So do they do all Christmas for a little and then bring in their format closer to? Or are we talking until January?
I think they go back to their format after.
After? All right.
Yeah. Which will be oldies. So, see, guys, when you support RadioU, all right, do you see what I'm saying?
See what we could be?
The shovelware music that is adult contemporary that you hear
Oldies.
At the gas station, at the whatever, like all that stuff, we're here for you. So thank you.
You're supporting our Christmas music, which comes out in a timely manner.
It does. And, if you're like, but I want more Christmas, listen, coming up in 2 months, usually about the middle of November, we launch the RadioU Christmas channel, and you can have 6 to 8 weeks of all RadioU Christmas.
All the stuff.
Then when you get tired of it, you just come on back to the mothership here, and then you wander back out to the online channel. It's great.
Safer here.
It is.
So other stations, though, tend to, right about now, it's like stunting. They'll turn Christmas music now early.
So there you go. Head on over to Youngstown, Ohio, and you can hear all Christmas.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
Nikki, how's your farm doing?
My farm?
In Farmville?
I never played Farmville.
Yeah, I didn't either.
How old does that thing go?
11 years.
11 years?
Is how old Farmville is.
Is that the one where you would just build a farm and manage it every day?
Yeah, but
in the game?
It was, maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but I felt like it was the first big breakthrough, that kind of game. Where it was
every day checking in all the time.
Everybody was playing. It was like the pre-Candy Crush. And it was one of those things where people had their phones that they would have like a timer set because their crops would be done. Because it was like, okay, these crops will be ready in 3 minutes. These crops will be ready in 5 hours.
So would that have been called like a freemium at that time? Or was there another term for it?
I don't know if that's what they called it at the time, but that's what it was.
Where you got hooked in and then you could spend money to try to advance and make things go faster.
You can make it a little bit more.
Is Farmville still around?
Yes. Will it always be? No.
Oh, are they shutting it down?
December 31st.
They shut the servers down?
December 31st is when it's going to be up.
Oh, that's a shame if you're still playing it. I mean, you put money into it. That's the problem. If you put a lot of money into a game, remembering that it might end one day.
Well, you know what, though? Like, at some point, though, aren't you just kind of like, well, I had fun with it, I'm done?
Yeah, I guess. I used to play The Simpsons. It had this tapped-out game, and I used to love that thing, and it's been years.
The only phone game that I have put any money into would have been, an after, purchase would have been my pinball thing.
Yeah.
Where they had Star Wars, Aliens, Marvel, whatever, and you could buy different pinball tables. And at Christmas, they would always be $1 a piece. And so I probably, over the course of however long, probably bought 10 tables across a couple of years.
I think that's fine, though, because that game isn't the type where they would pull it eventually.
Right.
It's normally the ones where people are going at it every day.
Yeah.
Aw, sorry if you still play it.
It's a bummer.
You have until December.
There are other games like this, though. You could pick up No Man's Sky for the Xbox, PlayStation, or PC.
You want to move into Stardew Valley? That's an amazing game.
Stardew Valley would be a great choice.
Animal Crossing.
You pay one amount.
And that's it.
You
can still have all the fun, though.
Yeah. Animal Crossing, that's a good choice. Like, there are options out there that you could move into that are, let's be honest, that your mom and your grandma could move into. Like, it's not you.
If they're still playing it, I know you got to check on them. Let them know.
It's your aunt that's playing it. So, if you want to reconnect with your aunt, which is something no one ever says, you can go ahead and you go over there with your Switch and show her, like, this is Stardew Valley.
We can set you up with this.
It is available on your phone currently. So that's some options.
There you go.
But apparently, though, in case you're concerned, Farmville 2 still out there.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a second one.
Yep.
So that one they're still keeping open for a while?
Yeah. So if you still need to get that dopamine hit,
there's still options for you.
That's right.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I have a question about all this stuff that's going on. Like the whole COVID thing, whatever. Okay. So since we are, some of us, not everybody I know, because not everyone's sheeple, et cetera, but more than ever in the history probably of the United States, we're walking around washing our hands, because some people have never even heard of that, and we're wearing masks.
Yeah.
Not everybody's doing whatever. So are we going to have like the best cold and flu season ever or what?
I don't know. I already had a cold, so I don't know if that helped.
You had special circumstances.
That's true.
Okay. So, but like me, for example, am I going to be healthier this year
than ever?
Headed into cold and flu season? Is it going to be the healthiest cold and flu season I've ever had? Because I'm one of those people that are wearing a mask in most but not all public places.
Sure.
And I'm washing my hands. I was only doing it once a day. I'm on twice a day now.
Well, I've heard though from people that they've said that, putting colds aside, the flu thing is what it is and always will happen. So they still are encouraging everybody to do a flu shot.
Yeah, I got a flu shot.
In fact, they say that now more than ever because you wouldn't want to get it in conjunction with anything else.
Right. So I
don't know if the mask and washing hands will affect the flu thing.
Yeah. Well, I see, but shouldn't it?
I don't know. I agree with you, but still there's enough people still around that I think we still tend to pass things to people.
Yeah. Just saying, it just seems like it ought to be better this year. That, I don't know.
Those were your famous last words that you've ever shared. Way to go.
Could we not turn it
into the worst flu year ever.
Could we not turn it into that?
I know, no one wants that.
Could we not make it what you just said?
It's also really hard, too, if anybody gets anything now that's not COVID.
I know.
It's very hard to see your doctor, to be taken seriously, to... I don't know, get anything done if it's not COVID.
It's whatever. Yeah,
it's very, very weird where back before all this, what you had would have been serious too. So I'm interested to see how it's treated, not medicine-wise, but just by doctors and nurses. How is it treated this season?
How are you treated?
Yeah, exactly. How are you treated if you happen to get something?
You're hey, I think I'm sick. Grow up.
Yeah, they almost are a bit too rough and not wanting to help you feel better if it's not COVID.
You big baby.
Well, hopefully they don't say that.
Baby. Wow.
They're like, yeah, baby's on line 1 wanting to schedule an appointment.
Hey, hang on. Let me see if I can get your mom on the phone.
I know. That's why I just do the teledoc thing. I don't want to go in. I don't want to see anybody, right face to face.
I totally get that.
There's no need. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes this season.
I feel like now, I'm not saying we will be, but I feel like we should be a lot healthier. I don't know.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Let those lonely people on the radio teach you how to make friends.